yeah, truth nuts. The first place we got to, we got a little bit of a hiding. We got pretty smoked by GTs and Kuta. Yeah, it's amazing to get smoked like that. Just absolutely couldn't wait for the next morning.
I don't think we were really on the marks, but also it was one of those days when the fish just weren't really cooperating. For whatever reason, the fish just weren't eating like they normally would. So it was a little bit slow in the beginning.
Even when the fishing is a little bit slow, you know, it still doesn't matter. It makes it even more exciting when, you know, somebody gets that first fish. It doesn't even matter if it's not you, you know? That Bohar snapper that Barry ended up getting is just absolutely incredible. It's such a beautiful fish, and yeah, nice to bank the first photo for the trip. Yeah, I think instead of getting despondent when things are a little bit slow, I think, you know, the best thing to do is to actually capitalize on the situation and, you know, take the time to test out some different lures. You know, as in our case, we've often got new equipment on the trip, so it's the perfect time to actually test out that new equipment, see how it operates, get a feel for it, and, you know, just get a little bit in tune with it, so that when you do actually get a big fish, you know that you're well prepared and you're ready and you know what's going to happen. So although slow, it's a critical time, and you know, one can make the most of it and be productive with that time and test the lures and so on.
Damn it!
The incredible thing about a place like Madagascar is that, you know, while you are taking the time to test your lure and your different tackle and so on, you know, when a fish does actually bite, it's actually also very exciting, because it could be a new personal species, you know, and often than not, it could be a species that, you know, no one's seen before or hasn't seen for a long time. So it's always exciting, you know, and definitely worth the effort.
Very important that this hook is needle sharp, so anything that touches it, it must go in. rock cod of some description.
One does the best that you can, and obviously with the groupers, if they do break surface too quickly, their stomachs swell up, and we've got to do our best to get them back down. So it's always handy to have a downrigger on the boat where we can actually send them back down, and they can equalize and go on to grow big. It's also interesting what you find on some of the fish when they come up. A little remora. It's always, the ocean is an incredibly interesting place.
That's the part that actually sucks onto the fish. Chevron barracuda, you can see the chevrons.
Yeah, fish on a lot of different boats, and a boat like this having a lot of space where you can sit down quietly and re-rig and not be in anybody's way while the other carries on fishing is a very, very big help. I suppose sometimes, we do get a little bit blasé, and we are a little bit spoiled on these trips. We're fortunate to travel to the most unbelievable destinations where the fish are normally wild. We said it was a little bit quiet, but I think for anybody that's an avid angler, to catch a yellow spot like this would be a very noteworthy experience.
I don't know, something's hurt him. We take the hook out. Hook. That's it. That's it. Okay. My rod.
fishing with Barry over the years, you know, we've been fortunate to have many double ups, triple, quadruple ups for that matter, for just depending on who's been fishing with us. But yeah, it's something that never gets old and never gets stale, and yeah, it's always exciting and always brings a smile to one's face. Conditions that first day were, they were picture perfect. The regular winds that were, you know, the morning wind had started to die, the afternoon wind had kicked in a little bit. It then had started to die, and the sea was just looking like glass. It was looking absolutely magnificent, and much to my delight, the decision had been made that our first port of call was going to be Submarine Rock. So yeah, that gearing up and what are we going to take, and you know, big rods and small rods, and have we got enough lures? It's a hell of a exciting. Then jumping onto that tender, it's boiling hot. I mean, you are absolutely just dripping in sweat, but it actually doesn't matter. And then, you know, once that plastic dinghy bumps against that sun oysters there, and you know that it's game on, and Barry's off and he's holding the front of the boat and he's shouting instructions, okay, come on, get off, do this, that. Then you know that the game's on. And it's, say, when you make your entry and exit onto that place, you got to have your A game on, because yeah, one slip you can move with a serious injury, and you're in such a remote area, you definitely don't want to injure yourself. And then yeah, once we on Submarine Rock, we've got all our gear down, our rods are loaded and ready, and you fire that first cast and you get that first pull. It's a absolutely incredible feeling.
Just the sight of Submarine Rock is enough to get any sort of hardcore shore-based angler's blood racing, and yeah, for me that is one of the ultimate spots. It's perfectly positioned from a current point of view to work, and when we decided that that's where we were going, I was pretty amped. I mean, we were all fired up. We couldn't wait to get onto that spot. I think the crew were a little apprehensive at first, a little bit of a bumpy landing, but we got in there and we got onto the rock, and the wind dropped off and it just turned into a beautiful day, or beautiful afternoon and evening.
amazing, and as we get here we just see fish busting all over the surface. I was about to lift my spoon out of the water and something grabbed it, and then the spoon came out and nearly hit me.
True to form, the fish were there, probably not in the volume that we'd experienced before, but we had some really good fish.
Yeah, unbelievable. First throw I went away with a bonnie, and I got it right through the side there. Unfortunately it came off, but yeah, hopefully it's going to be an awesome afternoon. I just had a second throw now and got a pull again, so yeah, things are looking good. But yeah, amazing to be here on this rock.
Spoon got a bit bent.
So amazing to be fishing in probably one of the, I'd quite comfortably say, best spinning destinations in the world that you could actually wish for. And the options and opportunity of what you could actually catch is mind-blowing. That's an unbelievable goldfish. It ate this salmon right here close, and I had to hold.
That was a cutter. Sure. I got badly smoked. There was a big cutter. Jeez. Yeah, unfortunately, I put too much pressure, and my wire knot gave up, which is my weakest link. I know that, but I was just hoping to keep him away from the rocks here. In hindsight, maybe I should have taken it a little bit easier.
Yeah, I've been lucky. I've got my two fish to the side. I don't quite know what they are, but just to make sure I don't get cut off, I've been forcing them quite a bit on the ledge here, and so they've come off. But yeah, it's nice to see the action. It's quite exciting. Yeah, so far it's been pretty crazy. A couple of big bust ups. Then I got a garfish. I think it was a giant. I don't think I've ever seen one that big. It was ridiculous and incredibly strong. And then yeah, I got a nice pick-handle barracuda also. But yeah, it's been incredible so far. There's so much action, so much on, off. Yeah, it's just amazing. Yeah, you know, when we got here, the tide was really full. It's almost made it tricky for us to actually get on, but we managed to get on, and the tide's draining really quickly now. And there's a couple of ledges in front here which have caused a couple of problems, but as the tide drains out, you know, we'll be able to actually get onto those ledges, so we should be able to land more fish, which will be pretty cool.
For the guys in Durban, how's that for a bay bonnie? It has to be one of the biggest scads or torpedo scads you've ever seen. I'm waiting for the kuta. This thing's a trying this thing while it's sinking. Good one, Johnny.